my beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Clean Skillets, the show where we focus on quality conscious foods. I'm your host, Latifah E, and today we are going to make a delicious herbed filet mignon with garlic mash and a shallot glazed broccolini. There's gonna be so much texture, so much flavor, and so much color going on today, so I'm very excited to get started. But before we dive into today's recipe, please take a moment to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the latest videos and quality conscious content. Now let's dive into today's recipe. So our first step is going to just be to remove the saran wrap that I placed over the filet mignon. That was just to make sure that the oxygen doesn't get to the filet mignon, because it hits oxygen, it starts to turn a little brown. So you want to keep the filet mignon the beautiful red color that it is. And then we are going to pat our filet mignon dry just to make sure there's no excess water. It has been taken out of the fridge 20 minutes prior to cooking. This way it can rise to room temperature, and that just helps it have a more even sear and a perfectly done steak. So now we're going to season with our Himalayan pink rock salt. You know I love this stuff, guys. It's got that iodine in it, necessary nutrient that your body needs. And then you're going to use our 4-blend peppercorn. If you have black pepper, that's fine too. Filet mignon actually comes from the center cut of the tenderloin. So it's lean. So you want to get the best sea salt and black peppercorn that you can find. And if you notice, it's generously seasoned so that you have a nice crust. You want a really nice crust whenever you go to sear it. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of garlic powder. This is kind of like my secret ingredient. Just a little bit though, don't overdo it. Just a little bit of garlic powder. And now we're going to flip the filet mignon over to the other side, and we're going to just go ahead and do that again. Generously season that filet mignon with the sea salt, generously season with your peppercorn, and then sprinkle that garlic powder. Every single time I'm making filet mignon, I don't know why this pops into my head, but I think about the movie, what is it, Joanna Man, and the actor and comedian Tommy Davidson. There's a part in the movie where he goes, "Filet mignon, how do you like it? How do you like it?" And it just sticks in my head all the time, and it's so hilarious. So how I like it is well done. So we're gonna make a well done, juicy filet mignon. Now I know some top chefs and some medium rare lovers this is the part where you might wanna come across the screen and slap me, but I promise you, this is going to be juicy, well done, flavorful, and not burnt. All right, so now we're going to prepare our potatoes, and we're just going to cut them in quarters. We're using a golden Yukon potato, and the reason why we're using this is because it just has a really nice soft flesh for mashed potatoes. Very creamy. It's way better than like russet potato. I use something called the Dirty Dozens list, and the Dirty Dozens list comes out every year, and it basically just informs us on what produce has been grown with the most pesticides. Usually it's produce that have a very thin skin, like a potato, so you always want to make sure that that is organic. So we're just going to scoop up our Yukon potatoes, and we're going to put them into the bowl, and they are going to go into some boiling water whenever we get into the kitchen. So our next step is going to be seasoning our broccolini, and it has, oh my gosh, broccolini's texture and flavor to me is like 100% better than the regular broccoli. You just want to spread them across your baking sheet so that you give them a little room, a little social distancing. And then you're going to use the avocado oil spray to just spray over the broccolini. And then you're going to lightly season with salt, of course, and a little pepper. Now you can take your hands and just mix it around, but then again, make sure to spread them out and give them a little distance from each other. So we're gonna put these in the oven for literally like 5 minutes. They do not need that long, 5 to 7 minutes. You want them to still have some crunch when you bite into them. This way the nutrients and enzymes have still been retained. You don't want them to be mushy, because whenever your vegetables are soft, if you overboil or overbake, you are losing the nutrients and enzymes that your body needs. So keep it, just enough crunch so that it's easy to chew and goes along with the other food. So let's head into the kitchen and prep this meal. Add 2 cups of purified water. Let that come to a boil. Drop our golden Yukon potatoes right into the water, but you don't want to overboil the potatoes. So you just want it until it's just fork tender, and we're gonna drain it. Press our mashed potato down with a fork. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic that I sauteed earlier right to the mix. Next, add vegan butter, and I'm gonna take our filet mignon and drop it. Let this filet mignon sear undisturbed for about a minute per side, and then we're gonna just let every side get some of this sear. I'm going to take my filet mignon out because it is ready, and then just let it rest. So if you take a look at it, it's beautiful. It's got a nice little brown going on there. I'll show you. Nothing's burnt. All the sides have been seared. It's juicy. And so we don't want it to dry out on us. Our broccolini is ready to go, and we're gonna just pop it right into the oven. And then we're gonna go into the prep area and plate it. So we're just going to take our bowl, and we're gonna add some potatoes inside the bowl, and we're gonna use this mini bowl as a molder for the potatoes. So just go ahead and put the garlic mash right inside that molder, and then we're just gonna put the mold right into the center of the plate. Okay, so you're going to just kind of give it a little twist, and this is going to center your mashed potatoes. So now you're going to add some of the shallot glaze on top of your potatoes. Just kind of give it a little stir, and you're just going to drip that shallot glaze right on top of the potatoes. And then you're going to take your broccolini and just place it right on top of the potato and shallot glaze. Okay, and then if you want, you can add a little bit more of the shallot glaze on top of the broccoli here, so that that gets a little. And then you're going to use your tongue and pick up your filet mignon and just sit it right on top. Now again, this filet mignon is well done, juicy, and not burnt. We are going to add a little bit more of our shallot glaze right on top of the filet, and then we're going to just, plate it nice and neat. Add some fresh thyme sprigs on the side of our plate just to give it some color and depth. And then we're going to take a little bit more salt and pepper and just lightly sprinkle over. That way, whenever you go to taste the mashed potatoes and you slide it across the plate, it'll get a little bit more salt because we didn't put that much salt on the potatoes whenever we mash them. So let's dig in. Get some of this garlic mash first. Nice and creamy. And the garlic was sauteed beforehand, so that's nice. So it's not like raw garlic in there. Sauteed garlic that was caramelized before. All right. Let's see what this filet mignon is looking like. All right, look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look how it's still juicy and well done. I'm so excited. Okay. So soft. well seasoned. Well, there's no reason why you can't have it well done. Okay, I'm gonna move over to my broccolini. Perfect. Still got some crunch. Okay. Thanks for tuning in to Clean Skillet. I'm your host, Latifah E. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Leave your questions and positive comments below, and I will see you next week.
Come on.